they were starting with a 250 pattern. Okay, so we are live. So like because of the delay, they could actually hear anything at this point. But this is still like turning and okay, there we go. See, that didn't even seem like 28 seconds. Hey y'all. Hot Memphis. It's hot here too. It's hot pretty much everywhere except somebody in Washington. Oh, there's someone from Washington. Tell me. Oh no, that's Virginia, not Washington. Sorry, I'm further away from my computer, so I might not get as much. But Washington State, she was in the 60s in Seattle area, north of Seattle. Mindy, she was Snohomish. Well, but yeah, we won't get that. We won't see that till maybe December down here, and you in Florida, not so much. But yes. So hello. Yes, we've got some really pretty quilts behind us to talk about. We have a special guest that I know you guys are all just waiting to hear from, and we've got Pennsylvania in the house and Arkansas. Oh, Patty, it's been so long since I've seen you. Leander, trouble number 2. Oklahoma. It's hot and humid in Illinois. Texas, Austin, Maryland, Georgetown, Southeast Georgetown, Colleen. If you guys are new to us and you're on Facebook, just type register and that'll prompt you. It'll get a little bit of your information. It'll allow you to add things to your shopping cart. So, and if you're on the app, you don't have to do that because you've already registered as part of getting on the app. It's so quiet in here. Compared to earlier, it was crazy.
It was crazy in here today.
It was crazy between having a class full of people.
Crazy good.
Yeah, no, it was crazy good for sure. But yeah, it's been I knew this was going to be a long day. We ate well last night so that we could stock up for
They're all long, Michelle.
No, actually, they're too short usually. Well, like, you can't get enough done.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways. All right. Well, I think it looks like it's working good. 98 degrees at 8 p.m. Feels like 104 in Georgia. That's Larry. Yes. Okay, so welcome everyone. I am Michelle with Poppy Quilt and Sew. We are in Georgetown, Texas, and I have Karen with me. Come say hi. There's
hi,
Karen.
Everybody.
And look, we wore our blues.
We did.
We did. We did not coordinate that at all.
No.
I just happened to be. I almost wore white pants. I was like this close to wearing white pants. That would have been a little weird.
I had to put something solid on because it looks better on camera against the quilts. I hate to clash with my quilt background.
Right, and that's why I put blue on because I was thinking about what quilts we would probably stick up there.
Yep.
And I figured this went with most of the latest fabrics. But if you're new to us, type register if you're on Facebook and put in just a couple of little things, and that'll let you add things to the shopping cart. On Facebook, you're going to type in sold space and then a number, and we're going to give you that number. It's going to be up above us. The price is going to be up above us. And we're going to talk through some products. We have some fun Karen products. I think we have one non-Karen product, but it just kind of went along with everything else. What? And I know, don't tell her. And then we need a new poppy color shirt. Like, you guys just get online and say, Sam, let Michelle order another color. Sam, let Michelle, you guys, not on necessarily today's, but just keep every time you message us, just like put that little thing in there so that I can get a new color in shirts.
Can they request a color?
I know. What color should we do next? We'll do a little poll.
What color did you have before?
We've had a good range. We've had purple. We've had heather purple. We haven't had like true purple. We've had blue. This is actually not one that anyone has except me.
Exclusive.
We had a tie-dye rainbow. We've had red. We went red with white. We just started with black with red.
But that's
We
been
had
a
a
while.
blue. We've
You
had
could
a
go back to
teal.
black with red.
We could go back to black with red. That's
Yeah.
kind of boring now at this point, though.
Yeah.
I need new colors. Though I always add a few colors in when I always end up with new shirts.
With new shirts,
yeah. When we do this. That's why she doesn't let me do it, because I order extra shirts. Just kidding. But we've got, for shipping, we are $9.99. Unless you spend over $100, and then shipping is free.
It's free.
Mm-hmm. And carts will expire in about 2 hours. So when we get done here, and that's from when you first add the first product into your cart. So you want to check out pretty soon after. I think we'll probably be on about 45 minutes. Let's see how we can time this. But I'm thinking about 45 minutes, looking at what we have here and how much
So when they
talking
type
we're going to
in
do.
register, they just put your name and your shipping address and all that stuff in, but no credit card information until you check out with your cart. Then you'll add your credit card information.
That's right. Yep. And we do use PayPal, but you don't have to have PayPal. You can check out as a guest and never actually open a PayPal account. You can just put in your credit card information. Okay. You want teal or turquoise again? No, we got to go do a different color. I was thinking, I know there's been some people wanting pink, but we'll see. Maybe orange. I think orange would be good. I do a lot of orange. My son's school has orange in it. I never liked orange until all of a sudden he's green and orange with all of his stuff.
Green and orange.
Yeah, they're
Would
gators.
you put a black poppy on?
No. So I
On
have
the
I have
orange?
an orange with red, and I have an orange with white.
Oh, orange with white would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, orange
Yeah.
with red would be okay too.
Well, that's why we print the
Don't
red
do
ones.
black and orange. That's unless you're doing them for October.
Right.
Yeah.
When we did the red, I conceded to the red. Red is not my favorite color. I know it's our store color, but it's not my favorite color. But I conceded to the red because I knew I could get a white poppy. Because I was going to put red on red, and so I knew I could use it then on other colors.
On other colors.
So there's always an ulterior motive there, but yes. Orange rainbow of poppies. That is a great idea. I kind of like that. Ooh. Ooh. All the possibilities with that one. That's really great, Judy. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to start with one of my favorite 250 patterns of Karen's. It really is, because it is so fast and simple, and it makes such a great little gift around the holiday time. And at one point when we started talking about this whole thing was supposed to be Christmas in July. The only Christmas you're going to see is at the very beginning here. We mixed the Christmas. The Christmas went away.
Every time.
But so it's the Santa hat pillow. And how adorable is that? So we've got kits for this.
I'll hold this while you do that.
You do that. We're going to start. Our fabric kits do not have the pattern, so you can buy multiple kits and only buy the pattern once.
One time.
Karen's okay with that.
Yep.
So it's one of her 250s, and so there you go. I don't like to show too much of it, but so the pattern is sold 100, and it's the pattern to put this together. And working with Minky is not scary. It's actually pretty simple.
It is.
And these go together super easy. We actually cut your kits into pieces. Now you're still going to trim your pieces because we're not going to be that accurate with your pieces. We want you to be the accurate one. You can use stabilizer to back it. I did not use stabilizer to back my Minky. I just sewed it together. Don't tell Karen. Because I'm pretty sure it says stabilizer on here. But I sew knits with the t-shirt quilts and stuff all the time. So
but
for me, it was not much. But not everybody
comfort
does.
level, so if you want to put stabilizer on the back so if things don't stretch, you can do that.
Yeah, and this is actually one from last year. So we've changed it up. And both pieces are going to be this plush Minky. And then the kit has the little pom-pom in it, so you don't have to go source that yourself. It'll also have your zipper in it. So this comes off and it washes. Minky washes beautifully. So it comes off. And then we've got the pillows separately. So sold 100 is just the pillow.
And Michelle asked, she said, when you read the instructions, this is where the zipper is on my pillow. She goes, I don't know why you put it down there, because she put hers between the red and the white. So hers is right here. It doesn't make any difference where you put it. And I explained that the reason mine was down there was because this is how wide the fur was that I had. And so I had to put it down here. So she's giving you a wider piece, so you could cut it and put it on the bottom, but you can also just put it in right there.
Yes.
If you put it on the bottom, then your Santa hat can go in either direction. But now it has a front and a back.
True.
So
it does.
if you put it here, you've got a back and a front.
Yep. That is absolutely true. But you have one less cut with Minky if you do it without doing it underneath.
Michelle's way.
And I'm going to go the quick way.
And also, my pattern had instructions for how to make a yarn pom-pom to go on there. But these fur pom-poms are really, really cool. So you don't have to make your pom-pom.
They are. So we have 2 different flavors. Hopefully the bubble showed up now. I went off and back on. So you guys should see the bubble. I saw your messages there. Yeah, Brenda, you're going to have fun cutting the kits. Sold 101. Our shipping for tonight's live will probably won't be as quick as so usually we ship the next day. This one, depending on the orders and stuff, might be over the next couple of days, for sure by the beginning of next week. So that's just where we're going to be timing of shipping. But if you're a shipped customer, of course, you'll go and get a tracking and you'll know that. So,
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay,
yep.
Perfect. So there's 2 different colorways. There's the red and white colorway, and all of it is the luxe cuddle. So it's the nicer cuddle. And then you've got the
this is what she means by luxe.
Yeah. The longer pile that's got stuff to it. And then the other colorway is the buffalo check with the black for the bottom rim. So this is the hat, and this is the the top of the hat, and then this is the fur around it, and both of those are a luxe type of cuddle as well. And so that is sold 101. So if you're on Facebook, you have to put sold space 101, and then you have to pick either plaid or traditional. Sam, we need to add more quantities to those, please.
And if you get them now, you can get them done easily for the holidays so that you'll have them finished.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these are like an hour project.
It is not
It's
difficult
not at all. Yeah, I mean,
Nope.
You've got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 seams.
Right.
5, probably 5.
Depends
Yeah,
on where
it's
you put your
pretty.
zipper.
Well,
But you've got, but you
Maybe
need one
6.
pattern. One
pattern. Yeah, that was sold 100. And then the 2 different flavors of the Santa hat pillow is sold 101. And you've got the plaid or the traditional. And then if you don't want to have to go find your own 14 by 14 pillow, we have 14 by 14 pillows we can send with. And so that is sold 102 is the 14 by 14 pillow form. Very nice and soft and cushy. So that is good. We've got some more people joining us from Louisiana, New Jersey,
Ooh, good.
Maryland, all over the place. Awesome, awesome, awesome sauce. Someday, Susan, you will be brave enough, I bet. Okay, next we have Karen's 250 pattern that is her composition book cover. So what I love about this one is that you can do so many things. It's just about back to school time. So you can make the covers and you can do all kinds of fun things with it. You can embroider on it. You can leave it plain. You can use cork. So you're going to see some cork coming.
Yep.
And so the sold 103 is just the pattern to make the composition book cover. And again, it's one of Karen's 250 patterns. But then you've got, and if you don't know what I mean by composition book, it's that one that we only used to use for science, and now the kids use it for just about everything. Yeah. So it's that one. Okay. So that's what this fits. And then look, I mean, this is on grunge, and it's actually using the Bernina B990 and the jumbo stitch. So those are just regular sewing stitches, but on that lovely machine, you can blow it up as big as you want. And so you've got that. But I really love doing these out of cork because the cork and then embroidering, is really nice.
And the cork works even better than the fabric does for this particular pattern because you don't turn the edges under on the written pattern. It's made so that you can use like a marine grade vinyl or a leather or a cork so that you can leave the raw edge here because it does not have to be turned under. And the composition books, if you haven't looked for one recently, you can get lined ones. You can also get graph paper ones.
Ooh,
so if you want a graph paper one
would
for
love
quilters,
that. Yeah.
you can get that. So this is the cover that will fit. This is not the binder size. The binder size is called coverall, and that's a different pattern.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to show you some beautiful cork
It is pretty.
that will work for these. And let's see, how can I tell which one is HFC? Okay, so this is your National Parks cork. And cork sews, you don't have to change your needle. I would use a Microtex.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Microtex, I wouldn't use a universal, but you 80-12, whatever thread you usually use, it sews like butter. It sews really, really beautifully. So that is sold 104, and that piece is 18 by 25. Sold 105. This is black glitter underneath, and then it's like roses. So like this one, I would not even embroider or anything. I would just leave that like that.
It just looks great.
It looks awesome.
It is gorgeous.
Sold 105. Sold 106. Western. Paisley, Sam, this will be your favorite one. So teal, you know how much I love teal. So you've got teal on cork, and it is, and now this cork is all like fabric backed, so it's
Right.
not like the cork in your wine bottle.
Right.
It is like that cork, but it has some fabric on the back.
But it's fine. It's got a knit backing basically on it, so it
Yeah.
holds the whole thing together, and that's what makes it so gorgeous. Just absolutely beautiful.
I didn't ask, are you guys hearing us okay? Because we're a little bit further back to be able to get kind of both of us in screen. I thought about turning it sideways, but you guys would have all had to watch us like this, and I didn't think you wanted to do that.
They could have laid down.
Yeah, oh, they could have. Ooh. That would have worked out. Okay, so this one is called Grunge Cork, and again, it's a teal, but this one's just, I see this more as like neutral. It could be for a guy, it could be for a girl. Just really pretty colors, some cork.
Having nothing to do with moda grunge.
Yes, and then now if you wanted to get into decorating it, here's some just kind of plain. The amethyst would be first. So we've got amethyst, which is your kind of purple in color. This would be great to either do decorative stitches on, do some beautiful embroidery on. So that's sold 108.
I will tell you, if you're going to embroider on it, so you don't want to hoop the cork, so you're going to use a sticky stabilizer. So you'll hoop the stabilizer, sticky side up, expose the stickiness to it, and put the cork in there. And then when you select your embroidery design, choose something that's not really densely packed, because the cork is not woven. It's already pretty densely packed. So if you put more stitches in there, it's going to warp like crazy. That's what happened to the piece that I did, but I put a piece of cover on top of it, a fabric cover, and steamed that until it laid flat. And then I put a piece of fusible stabilizer on the back of it and fused it into the position I wanted it to stay in. So you kind of have to, if you pack too many stitches into your cork embroidery, you kind of have to show who's boss with your iron, but then it'll be fine. It lays perfectly flat now.
Okay, they're asking how many they can make with this piece, and I'm thinking one, and then you have leftovers to make other things, but maybe we can get two. Nope.
Nope, one.
You can make one,
and
then you would have leftovers. These make really great pouches and other things, key fobs, anything you can do.
I like to use them for the bottom of your bag. If it's fabric on the top, so the strips on the bottom of your tote bag, and then pretty fabric on the top, because it wears really, really well.
Yeah. So you can get one out of this, unless you've got smaller composition books. All right, so last color, plain and boring color, because you're gonna pretty it up, is sold 109, and this is garnet. So it's like a really deep red, brownish red, but not like burnt orange. It's definitely red to it. So there is that one. That is sold 109. Thanks for letting me know you guys can hear me. I appreciate that. Somebody's driving from Texas to Cooler, Colorado. Smart person. The pattern, oh yeah, Sam just answered too. The pattern calls for one of those sizes. Look, and Karen is here like cleaning up for me. I love it. I love I'm usually here by myself, except last week when Michael was here with me, and my husband. Oh, that was fun. Okay, so here's that one product, but you're gonna put all the tools that Karen's gonna talk about in this. So this is using some of those corks, like that's that purple color that I showed, but we've got some other colors too. So everything is in the kit, including the pattern. It's a Sally Tomato. There's a video that helps you put it together. These gorgeous grommets are like not your just cheesy little grommets. They actually screw in. They're really like nice and sturdy. And then you get, we've cut your zipper to approximately the right length. And we've put your zipper on for you, so you don't even have to. And it's got this fun little tab, and you get the instructions on how to make the little tassel for it too. So these are just fun little kits that we've just started carrying.
And the grommets aren't decorative. They're actually 3-ring binder.
Yeah, they can work for a 3-ring binder for absolute sure.
So this could be inside your binder.
With your project, with the tools you need.
Yes.
Or if you've got little ones going off to school or whatever, this is going to last a lot longer than some of the products that you can buy at the store. So I've got 3 colors in this. And it is going to be a flavor again. So you're going to do sold space 110, and then you're going to need to tell it what color you want. So I've got 3 colors. I've got... They're calling this quartz. I don't know why this is quartz. That's quartz. It's kind of that maroony purple color. A&M colors, don't tell anybody. Turquoise. You've got your kind of green turquoise there. And then coral. So you just have to tell the system which colorway you want. And then you've got... like I said, the grommets are in here. You need a heavy piece of stabilizer, so we even cut you guys that heavy piece of stabilizer. That's in here. You've got the vinyl. So the vinyl is this fun kind of confetti vinyl. And then you've got the zipper and zipper pull. And
so if you got either one of these, this one matches really, really well.
Yep.
But it actually looks really good with this one too.
Yeah.
The National Parks one looks really good with this one.
I bet it looks
And it looks good with this one too.
Yeah.
So just in case you're doing a match set.
All right, now we're going to talk about why not. So when I was at Sewposium back in January, this is actually the quilt that I worked on. Because I had mitered corners before, but I had never done it where I matched up. And so I got to do 18 of them, and I got really, really good at it. It's amazing what happens when you keep practicing something. But this is my version. I haven't added my final border yet. I think you've heard this from me before. Someday I might add the final border. But this is the purple version. So we've got a kit for this. And then the border is this same fun border, this print right here. It's an all over print. It's not a border print. It's this one here. So we've got this in 3 flavors. So this flavor probably is called Jewel, but let me see how we named it.
So Why Not is the new fabric that if you watched me Sunday night, you saw that I showed you what they were. The Why Not pattern is the one that works with the mirror image stripe. So it mirror images in this direction and also mirror images in this direction. So that's why when you get those Y seams or mitered corners, depending on how you look at them, when you get those, that's why they work out and they go right back together again. So we did this as a class today and they all did absolutely great, but you can see the miter that happens there. So here's the Y seam right there, but see how this goes right back together and they mirror image each other. And on this particular quilt, because of the way I work with Jason Yenter when I do these, and we go back and forth, but he usually takes my recommendations for spacing. So on this particular quilt, you'll see all different pieces in here because of the way it cuts out according to the pattern. So this is, the pattern is called Why Not, and let me grab you put my glasses on so I can see the size here. So it's 55 by 72. And the version, the black background version is behind me here. So that's this one that's right there. So
this is Jewel. So that's called Bright. So that is Bright. This is Jewel. So Bright, we added colorful fabric. So all of your 5-inch squares will be different. You even will have enough there that you can do, she did some 4 patches in her 5 inches and she talks about it in the pattern. Yep. So you can do that. For this colorway, I went with just this fabric because it just looks so gorgeous with it.
I think that was a good choice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And then Spice, which is the one Sam was working on today. Sam and a couple others in the class, is the gorgeous kind of cinnamon spice colors. This one we also chose one fabric for the 5-inch piece. And the sashing on this one is Nova. I'll actually show that to you guys in a little bit. We've got other things with these, but this is just gorgeous. Sam, I can't find your little butterfly that you made. So when you make those, you end up where you can make another set of like smaller triangles.
The pieces that you cut off are also mitered. So
yes.
When you sew those together, you get a second
You get a second one. And she had one that ended up like this perfect little butterfly, but I don't know. We talked about me showing it, but I that's why I ran off. I went to go see if I could find it, but I didn't. Okay, so this is sold 111, and then the kits are either Bright, Spice, or Jewel. And then Jaftex created a Minky for just the Sewposium shops to go with these quilts. Now, because of the size of the quilts, you do need 2 pieces of it, and we are selling it in 1 yard increments. So you need to 55, 63. It's 60. Oh no, 55.
No, you just need 72. You just need.
So what were we looking at earlier, Sam? That's with the border?
Yeah.
Oh, then you just need like 2.5 yards. So we should have done this in 2.5 yards. Okay, so order 3 yards of it, or go order it on my website in 2.5 yard increments. You need 2 yards at 72. The 2.5 or 2 1/4 would get you your what you need to put it on a long arm. I don't know. Sam and I looked at something earlier and thought that we needed pieces of it. So I don't know what we were thinking. Maybe it's the other pattern.
Might be the other pattern.
Yeah, it might have been. Okay, and so the first one, and these are all separate. So sold 112 is this gorgeous, and this would go with the Brights. Look at that. So pretty. Okay. And then that's sold 112, and it's in 1 yard increments. If you want it for that pattern and you want to buy it on this live, do it in 3 yards. Now, if you buy here and you go buy it on my website and you pay shipping in both places, just put a note in there and we'll get you credited back. And then we've got sold 113 is they called it the Southwest version. Yep. It is very much Southwesterny.
It does look
Spice,
Southwestern.
cinnamon. I like to call it cinnamon. I always forget spice.
Cinnamon is a spice. So
I
you're okay.
know. I know. It's kind of a brown spice too. And then the Jewel Tones is a lighter background. It's actually a white background. Sold 114 is your Jewel Tones. So again, tonight we're selling in 1 yard increments on Comment Sold. On the website, you can get it in 1/4 yard increments from 1 yard and up. So,
and I know because I know who ordered it. That Minky background is in limited supply. I think there's only 13 stores that have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh.
And I might be one of them.
Oh,
and I don't sell it.
Oh.
But I think there were only 13 places that ordered it. So the people that ordered pretty deep. So you should be able to get it. But it's in limited supply.
Yeah, we love Minky here. So you throw Minky at me, I'm going to order it. That is at Sam. We need some more added to the Minky. So if you guys go to a waitlist, Sam's looking at quantities and adjusting. Because the website is live at the same time, we have to like adjust. So if she sees over here that she needs to adjust, she will if she can. So just be patient and it'll probably pop back up that says, oh, your product's now available.
So Michelle just said this store loves Minky. They do. They have a lot of Minky. They have the extra wide Minky, the 90-inch Minky. They've got a great selection of it. And often, if you're on the 9 Patch a Day page and you ask me, if I have to make a t-shirt quilt, what pattern would I use? And I say I wouldn't. I would take all the t-shirts and I would put them in a box. This is who I would send them to because this store does those t-shirt quilts. So this is the Michelle I would send them to Michelle. That's what I would do.
We do, but if you want to learn how to do it yourself, we have moved to doing my t-shirt workshop in 2 days. So you could actually fly down here and take it from me, take a bus, take a train. If you want to learn to do it, we teach it as well and do it.
If you're chilly in the Pacific Northwest, you could come down here.
Maybe wait a little bit. You might have heat exhaustion down here. Okay, so I had not seen this. I mean, I guess maybe it was a Sewposium, but I just don't remember seeing it. But she showed up with this.
I did it out of
scraps. Oh, you did it out of scraps. Yeah. Okay, I love the Easy Stripe Table Runner because it's another one of those. I guess I like 5 seams.
It is 5 seams. It is exactly
it is 5 seams.
And that's it.
But I like the Santa hat, and we decided that was maybe 5 seams. Yep. And this. That is 2 pieces of fabrics, ladies and gentlemen.
That are sewn together.
Is that not insane? And you can do that too with this fabric.
Yes. This is a shorter version because this is what I had left from another section of fabric. But there is 1 seam that goes down the center, and then this is 60-degree triangles on either end. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're done. And there is no binding on it. You could put binding on it if you want to, but the pattern tells you to sew around the outside edge and then turn it right side out, pillow slip style. So see, there's the backing there. There you go. Okay.
So first I have her Easy Stripe Table Runner, and this is the newer version. So this has bunch of different ways you can put it together. You do need the 60-degree ruler, and I'm going to show you that. Right. A lot of us already have that in our sewing arsenal. It says you need 1.5 yards of the striped fabric, but you can actually get 2 table runners out of it. Yeah. One of them being the original style, and then usually you can mix them up to do these fun other styles for the second one. But yeah, you need this pattern first. So sold 115 is her Easy Stripe Table Runner pattern. So, and then here's a version of it.
Yep. That's the way the stripe fits on the bolt.
This is
the one of the alternate versions where instead of cutting a long strip, you cut all triangles. And so it's still the same fabric. So this stripe is that stripe. So it's the same fabric.
Yep. I don't have this fabric on today's live. I think we still have this fabric in store, but not on tonight's live. But I just wanted to show you how that was different. That's actually mine because I do actually sew every once in a while. Not very often, but every once in a while. 60-degree triangle ruler, sold 116. If you don't have one of these in your arsenal, you should. It's Creative Grids. I love it. It's got the blunt tip. So when you've got strips of fabric, you're lining that up and then you're making your cuts that you need to make. So it just makes it easier. The ones with the pointy strips, I just don't like.
We've been doing this not just for years, but for decades. And I will tell you right now that when people email me and go, that doesn't fit back together again right, it's because they're using a triangle with a pointed tip. You have to have the blunt tip.
Yeah. Thousands. You've probably sold like tens of thousands of that pattern.
I think so.
I bet you have.
I think so.
Yes. So this is on, I think this is the larger size.
It is the larger.
Yeah.
The smaller one is 8.5.
Yes.
And so the 8.5 works for the pattern because that's what size it tells you to cut. But a lot of the companies make 10-inch wide stripes. So if you love those bigger border stripes, then you want the bigger piece.
And it'll just make your table runner just a little bit wider.
It makes it a little bit wider. It also makes it a little bit shorter if you've got 1.5 yards of fabric and you're making 2.
Yep. Okay, so that's sold 116, and then I've got the border fabric, so you can, I'm telling you, you can make that, and it's not that hard. I've got Vivid in, it's called small border because Vivid was actually a line Jason did a year ago. But this border is different than the border. That border was not double mirrored. So he learned, well, we don't want to say that, but Karen and him worked together. Okay, he did. And he did the double mirror. And that's why that works like that, because of the double mirroring. Yeah. So this is the small border in blue is what we're calling it. Sold 117 because the background's kind of blue.
Right. So,
and that is being sold by 1.5 yards because, we wanted to make this confusing. So we're selling that by 1.5 yards since we're showing it with the Easy Stripe Table Runner pattern.
And that's what you need for the pattern.
And that's what you need for the pattern. So that's in 1.5 yard increments. If you want 3 yards of it, just add 2 of them into your cart. We've got a lot of that as well.
And this is where I kept telling Jason I wanted the butterflies. I said, no, you have to do it this way because I want the butterflies. And he finally said, I don't know what butterflies you're talking about. So see the butterfly? There's a seam right down the middle of there.
Yep.
So this is actually the butterfly here. So when you cut and you leave your seam allowance, when you sew that together, that's where you get the butterfly from.
Yeah. But there's also, because you do have that row on the bottom, you could do it where you're not getting the butterfly. You can use fabric to do more like this, where you've got an edge and you've got a kind of a border stripe on it.
Yep.
So it's very versatile. Yep. And you could even make some one way and some the other way.
Yes, you can.
Carrie says she bought the table runner pattern 3 times. I'm a good salesperson, Carrie, and probably some other people you watched.
That's called one to use, one to lose.
Yes, and one to give away.
And one to share with a friend.
Yes. This is in multi, so this is your bright colorway with the black backing with the nice gray stripe, which she uses really nicely in the Why Not pattern. I really like that. I might have to make one that way too. And then we've got sold 119 is the border stripe. And again, these are in 1.5 yard increments. And this is the spice colorway. So gorgeous. You got those spicy colors.
And there are 4 repeats across. So if you go, I don't need a table runner, but I would like to border my quilt with it. If you buy that twice, you'll get 3 yards. You can border anything with 3 yards.
Yep.
And if you were in my class today, you'd know how to miter it.
Yeah. We could only fit so many in there. All right. Next is, oh, shoot. I'm going to let you talk about this ruler while I grab my Whimsy quilt.
Oh, okay.
Because it's under some product and is covering a table.
Sure. Let's grab this one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I design rulers for Creative Grids, and a lot of other people do too. And just because it doesn't have my name on it doesn't mean I don't like using it. One of my favorite go-to rulers is from Carla Alexander. Carla's from the Pacific Northwest. She is creative in a totally different way than I am. When I see things that Carla has done with things, I'm like, I have no idea where that came from. So this is one of Carla's rulers. It's called Straight Out of Line, and it is a rectangle, but then she took this one angle and just tilted it here. So it's not the same size up here as it is down here. And my first thought was, why in the world would I need this ruler? Because can't I cut crooked with every other ruler that I have? But honestly, once you learn to use it, it's amazing. The instructions, just like all Creative Grids instructions, come packed in with here so that you'll see. And those are the 2 main blocks that you can make with it. So there's 4 put together up here, and then there's 4 in a row here. So the reason it's called Straight Out of Line is if you look at this, you can see this is my sample from one of my 250 patterns. So you can see that it goes at an angle because of the way that you put them together. The lines, you can see this one even better. Looking
is that
down
around
that
the bend?
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Yep. So this one's called Around the Bend. And then there's a second one that's called Easy Street.
We were trying to give your back a little break. We didn't ask you to bring every sample.
Yeah.
And so just another way of using the Straight Out of Line ruler.
And so that's this block and this block in the ruler. But the reason I did the 250 patterns to go along with it is because the way Carla thinks and the way I think are different. And when you cut the pieces out, sometimes figuring out where the 90-degree angle was doesn't work. So mine shows you how to use a template, paper template, to keep yourself organized. So trust me, it's worth the $2.50 to learn to figure out where the pieces go back together again. But then once you've done it the plain way, this also works beautifully with 10-inch squares. It's sized to go with 10-inch squares. And if you prep your fabric and they're smaller, it will also work with 9 or 8 or 7. You can use all those different ones. But then you can start and take your squares and put borders on them. And when you cut them apart, you get this quilt here.
And this is called Whimsy.
Yes.
I call it my margarita quilt. Because you've got the lime and then the black and white prints. I used a layer cake and Minky on the back, of course. I used a layer cake to make this, and I added a few more because I just wanted a little more patterns
just for variety.
to it. But a layer cake will work with it, and then just an accent color is really nice. So I'm about to show you some layer cakes, but first let's go through. So sold 120 is the straight out of line ruler, and that's she showed you that. Whimsy pattern. Now, someone asked how would they know if they have the Easy Striped Table Runner original or the newer one. You'll know because the anniversary edition, if it doesn't say anniversary edition on it, it doesn't have all the different variety of ways of putting your blocks together. I believe it only has the first two.
It just has the first. It
just has the first one. Okay.
Yep.
So you also know if it only shows you how to do this one, then that's not the new and improved. Now this is a couple years old that you did this.
Oh yeah.
Few, like probably 4 or something.
Yep.
So if you bought it more recently, hopefully you bought the more up to date one.
You definitely did.
Yeah. But if you bought it 10 years ago, you probably don't have that one. All right, so Whimsy, this is this pattern. So see how fun it is in colors as well. So this one was, I think you did it out of yardage, but it has a white for those frames, and it was a really fun line. I remember that line.
Yep.
We're getting all nostalgic here, but that was a great line of fabric. But Whimsy is a great pattern. I had a lot of fun making. I actually made this one. It was a while ago, but I did make that one.
Yep.
And then Easy Street, I showed you, that's one of the 250s that she says she talks to you about the templates. That's this one. It's a fairly small quilt. Actually, both of those are they're really great for baby showers and stuff because they go together
good baby
really,
quilts.
yeah, they go together really fast. But you can get I Spy almost in this to them depending on which fabrics you use. And so this one's 37 by 44.
Yep. You could use scraps, or you can use yardage, or you can use layer cakes, whatever you've got. Or you can, like in this one, we have a consistent background. Let's call it a background, but a checkerboard with a consistent fabric and then scraps that match. So if you didn't use the whole layer cake, or you have some extra 10-inch squares, then you can use yardage for one and then squares for the other.
Yeah, and so this one, it says 1 yard of background fabric and then 12 squares measuring 9-inch of assorted prints. So that 250 pattern is sold 123. All right. Trying to catch all the questions. Sam's also, so if you see a response from Sam or Samantha Lutke, believe that response.
Right.
The other thing I forgot to mention is we will be doing a giveaway at the end of the live. We'll be giving away $50 in Poppy Dollars. And if you haven't commented on our Facebook post from today on Poppy's Facebook, not the one on 9 Patch, but the one on Poppy's,
right?
Go comment, because you'll still get pulled into that drawing, and you must be present to win. So that'll be at the very end.
So wait a minute, we have to comment on tonight's show, or
no, you have to comment on the post that we posted this morning. It has a teal, it has boxes. We post one on my Facebook page. Okay. Go look at, if you can't find it, go look into files, or not files, but pictures. And then that's how I find stuff, when I know and find the one from today. Click on it and they'll take you to the post, and then you can comment on it. So
and you just have to comment on it.
Yeah, so you just have to comment on it, comment as much as you want. It helps our algorithms, which is why we then give back, and helps our Facebook posts get seen and stuff.
To spend.
$50, yeah. It's a little special because you're here. Okay, so I have some 10-inch squares, because if you're going to do Whimsy, you want some 10-inch squares, or maybe you just want them for something else. You can use them for something else. There are no quilt police.
You want,
yeah, there's no quilt police. Once you've paid for it, it's yours.
But you can use for this as well.
Yeah, see how that matches up?
Yep.
So we roll our 10-inch squares because they just stay nicer. They like to slip down and stuff when they're not. So this one is Merlot. So it's those gorgeous black, whites, grays with that touch of Merlot, a reddish brown, not reddish brownish, reddish deeper red color. So there is Merlot, sold $124. And then we have Acorn Hollow, which would be a great one for kids' quilts. And layer cakes usually have 40 to 42, so you could even make a couple out of these if you're doing some of those 250 patterns.
Or bigger. If you make,
or you could just make it bigger. Just keep going and make it a bigger quilt.
If it's a,
but look how fun those little animals are.
If it's a baby size quilt and you would rather have a sofa throw, make it 4 times.
Look how fun the hedgehog is. Okay. Peony Love, 10-inch squares, those gorgeous colors. Look at that. That's so pretty. Bella Blossoms. This, I think, is Create Joy. No, it's Robert Kaufman.
I bought some of that today.
Oh, you did. I knew I'd seen it recently. I saw it in your little stack there.
Yeah.
So this is the 10-inch squares with those. It's almost kind of stained glass looking, but
it's a little watercolor, a little stained glass.
Yeah,
very
it's
pretty
gorgeous.
colors in there.
Yes, very. And then you've got your requisites like greens in there. Very nice.
And Michelle has yardage of it if you need a border.
I do. So our website is just poppyquilt, the letter N, sew.com. And again, if you combine orders and they equal over 100, just let us know in one of the comments and we'll get your shipping credited back. The pricing should be above my head. It does vary on these, so we don't usually, it's usually just up there. And then last but not least, we had to have a batik in here. So sold $128, and we had to have a teal. So it's got your teals, but it's got your grays, some browns in there, kind of those taupey colors. I think we had kind of a debate on taupey colors last live. So that's sold $128. Okay, we've done some things with some of the Sewposium fabrics that are different than some of the other shops, and so we wanted to show that. The first one is Meet Me in Antwerp Quilt Kit. Now we took the border stripe that we actually had them practicing with earlier today in the class, and we actually used, so you can use border stripes for more than just a border. That is a border stripe right here. It was a nice big solid piece of fabric that I knew would show off that border really nicely. And so this has several from Counterpoint too, and then it's got the gorgeous, that is not piano key. You do not have to piece all of that. That is the fabric. So the fabric is different from one end of the selvage to the other. And so you just cut it and you get the look of a piano key border without having to do the work of a piano key.
This that you see showing there, that's the piano key border, those stripes,
Oh,
and the one
here.
that's on the back.
Good thing
This
I
is
have
the
Carol
one
on.
that was cut here, so you cut a section that's right there that's fit into the quilt, so it's pieced into the quilt.
And so those instructions are added to, this is actually my bestie quilt company. This is actually Renee's pattern, but she didn't write it for that border stripe. So we add in those instructions for you so that you have not a hard time trying to recreate what I did.
But you actually recolored the pattern front so that it
So
matches.
you can see it too when you get it, because not all of you live in my quilts. It's like right over there. It's hanging up on the wall. But yes. So there's that one. And then this is the other one. Mexican Tiles. Love this quilt. We did it in the Spice colorway. The first year it was out. We redid it in the what colorway did we call this? Jewels. The jewel tone colorway. And so this is that border that ends up looking like tiles because you're cutting it out like into triangles and then piecing it back together. And then we picked out all of the fabrics for you to have the fun stars in different colors. So this one's not recolored. That's actually the original colorway. But we can always send you pictures of ours. And now ours includes an additional border around it of the actual border stripe that was part of this line.
right.
So, and we have a couple of these kits
Which
left.
is the
72 by 88.
Yeah, which is the border stripe.
Oh yeah, the one from the table runner. That's probably where I had the leftovers from.
Probably.
Wherever it's, I think it's under here.
Oh, could be.
because I see the other one.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah. So this would be your border stripe on that kit, and it is included in there, and it is included for you to be able to cut it as one piece. I do live in my quilts. I'm here more in the quilt shop than I am at home. Not always fun and games though. I'll tell you, today was crazy nuts. Today was crazy nuts. Okay, this is Sam's favorite pattern. So Sam has used this quite a few times, and she actually made, Sam, do you know where the sample is of this one? So this is Karen's easy mitered placemats, and with it, you need 1 yard for this fabric. My finger's not working. 1 yard for this fabric and 1 yard for that fabric will make four placemats. So of course we've put some bundles together for you as well, but you're actually taking the backing and folding it around to the front, and she walks you through that with beautiful illustrations on this 250 pattern. You guys get a lot with her 250 patterns because she does lots of illustrations and stuff for you. And you can just do simple quilting on it, just some straight stitch quilting. It's by the 990. Okay, so why don't you talk about quick trim, because this is very helpful in the pattern, while I go find the sample of that one. So the easy mitered placemat is sold $131, and she's going to talk about her quick trim ruler.
So the quick trim ruler is the first ruler that I did for Creative Grids, and it is 3.5 wide by 12.5 inches long, and it fits in your hand, which is what makes it everybody's favorite ruler. But it does a lot of fun things most people don't know about. But if you do the quick trim ruler, Creative Grids has the website. Go to creativegridsusa.com, watch the video. The fun part is you get to watch my hairstyle change, you get to watch me get older. But you will see all the different things that you can do with the quick trim ruler, which includes mitering corners, cutting triangles from strips with no waste, drawing circles because there's holes drilled down the center of it. But it's just an all-around handy ruler. So
and it's really nice in your hand.
It fits.
It just fits in your hand.
Wanted to call it the pick it up and use it every day ruler, but they thought that was a little long.
I can see Jim being like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay, so this is one of the placemats. And so there's the backing, and you just bring it around to the front, and then you can see they did some fun big stitches on this one as well, so you can do your quilting like that. We use fusible fleece in that, and people get concerned that it's too thick, and it's not. Fusible fleece it's almost as thin as just having the 2 layers, but it just gives it a little bit more body, and it's not like you're gonna set your cup on it and have it fall off or something. It's super thin, I promise.
And notice that the decorative stitches are not on the back.
Yes, so they go on before you put
the decorative stitches are on this coral colored fabric and the batting that's in there, but they don't go through to the back. You put the back on afterwards. So that means if your decorative stitches are not always pretty on the back.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and it might be weird on this one.
Yeah.
That would have looked a little weird.
If you have an embroidery machine and you like to sew your embroideries, you can sew them on there, and then you put the backing on so nobody sees the back of your embroidery.
Oh, very nice. Oh, what a great idea. Okay, so our little kits, Sam and friends put these together, and we've got them in kind of 2 different flavors. So we've got your holiday first, and the holiday is going to have several flavors. And then we've got, I think, Texas themed. So she did tell me, I don't think I paid attention. Christmas, and then we've got novelty. So it's not just Texas theme. Okay, so who loves them? A little bit of some gnomes. So the first kit, now the kit is going to come with the 2 1 yard of fabric. Look how perfect that green matches with him. I don't know why I'm going backwards today. Would you like it? I know. Well, that always happens. So the green fabric, and it's not a solid, it's actually a color stock. It's a kind of a modeled. Yes. Yeah. So it's not a solid. So it's got some texture to it. And then you're going to get the piece of fusible fleece that you need in your kit. The pattern is separate because we want you to buy multiple kits and didn't want you to have to pay for the pattern multiple times. So the pattern is, we already did that, but it's sold $131. And then the kit is sold $133. It looks like we're kind of low on this pattern, but I know that Karen can get us more. So you guys keep putting yourself on wait lists and we will get that fulfilled. Sold $132 is the quick trim ruler. Okay, and now we're going to go back to the fabric bundles. So the first fabric bundle is, and these are all Christmas themed, sold $133. We've got this one, I'm guessing they named gnomes. Yes, gnomes. Poinsettias, or poinsettias. We could have a debate on that sometime too. Look how pretty that is without the white selvage in there. Just looking at the gold and the green, and that fabric is gorgeous. That is poinsettia. You have to, I'm saying it like that so you know you add all the vowels in you need to.
And that does have metallic on it.
It does have metallic, so please don't stick it in the microwave. And then my favorite, of course, would be Grinch. So you've got Grinch with Grinch and his fun stars. This is a newer Grinch fabric. If you don't have this already, you need this to add to your Grinch stash. Everyone should have a Grinch stash, just like everyone should have a bluebonnet stash. So if you're choosing from those, it's sold space 133 space poinsettia space Grinch or space gnomes. And gnomes is Gnomes. There is a silent G in that one. And then we've got novelty. And again, these are going to come with a piece of fusible fleece as well. But they're 2 1-yard pieces plus your fusible fleece. The first one is going to be Americana with Texas flag in it. There's an American flag too.
I was going to say.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm saying which ones. Oh yeah, this is Americana. Well, I mean, Texas, we are our own America. Anyways. So just the fun, this is actually this year's Shop Hop fabric. So you've got your Texas flags tossed with your American flags, tossed with your Texas icons. So you've got your reds and blues there. And this is going to be sold space 135, space Americana or barbecue. Look at this. I love these pigs. These pigs are so fun. So you've got your kind of, I mean, look at that. You've got all kinds of sayings. Y'all come eat. My grill, my rules. And then you've got this fun fabric with the pigs tossed everywhere. Like, how fun is that? No directional fabric here. And then last but not least, we had to throw a little Tim Holtz in. That sold space 134 space bottle space caps. And so it's just one of those iconic Tim Holtz. The bottle caps are awesome.
It is, yes.
And then the rusty just goes right along with how you like think of beer and bear or bear or bear. And now, Sam, you can make fun of the way I say it. That's bottle caps is that. You get 4 placemats from these 1 yards of fabric. And so if you want 8 placemats, then buy 2 kits. Okay. And then we've got a couple more things to show you guys. Ooh, yes. So the butterflies are coming around. So Butterfly Fancy is one of Karen's new patterns. It's one that she introduced to us at Sewposium because, again, you need that double mirrored, how do you say it?
Double mirrored border.
Yeah, double mirrored border.
Or mirrored double border, yeah.
So again, this is 2 pieces of fabric sewn together in the center, but do you see the butterflies? And you get them in different ways.
You have 2 different distinct pattern repeats that are mirrored. So there's the one with the flowers here and then the one with the butterflies.
Yep. So this one, if you bought some yardage of that fabric, you would need that for this kit. Right. We don't have this kit. We don't have this as a kit at this point. We can make you a kit, but we don't have it. But we do have the pattern. So if you just bought some yardage because you thought these borders were really gorgeous and you didn't know what you were going to do with it, that is what this pattern is for. And that is sold $135. And it's called Butterfly Fancy because you're getting those butterflies. You cannot do this with every type of border fabric. You have to have a double mirror image border fabric to do it. And then we have, okay, so last but not least, yes, last but not least. I think this is our last product. It is. Okay, so the last thing to talk about is Karen created a new block of the month. We are selling it as a quilt kit because you need the 1 yardage, all of it up front. And for us, it made sense to sell it all together so that you get everything you need up front. So we're selling it as a kit. The quilt itself, we are doing it like she did it, and doing it where it's got the blocks. So you've got 12 blocks because it's a 12-month block of the month. You can't see all of them in the, here, let me actually turn a little bit. There are 12 of them. They're actually, what are those, 16-inch? She just walked away. And then you've got a border, and then you've got sashing. So I'm going to show you the colors we chose for ours because ours is not as white as hers. The colorway she has up there is the purple. So let me start with that one. So the Sew Precise kit, again, makes a 67 by 84. We are including border fabric in ours. And the border fabric, oh, you're going to show that. That's great. The border fabric we are including is this fabric is going to be your border fabric. But then within each block, you're using this. And you know, when Karen does something, she always wants to like increase your knowledge. And so you're fussy cutting this, but the instructions are all written out for you. And it's not a difficult fussy cut, but you are cutting it a certain way to be able to get it to look similar to how she has it.
So, and it doesn't matter where your cuts fall. The fabric is designed so that you get the same number of pattern repeats across. It's more pattern repeats than you need for each piece, but you'll cut a strip across the fabric and your strip will look pretty much like that. And then you'll cut your triangles, your squares, your rectangles, whatever you need from that identical section on the quilt. So it's laid out like this, so it makes it very easy to cut. Where this section might be featured in mine and that section might be featured in yours. It doesn't really matter where your cuts fall. It's just, you can piece them together however you would like. They're always going to be able to cut the right number that you need from all of the fabric. Some of them are 2 inches, some of them are 4 inches. They finish at different sizes. So the basic instructions will tell you what size strips to cut, and then you set all those strips aside, and each block it tells you what to cut from in order to get it.
And that's where we didn't want to cut those strips for you. We wanted you to choose yours, and that's why we just did it as a kit.
So you can prep your fabric and get them cut the way that you want to. So that's what this one looks like.
Yep. And these are the colors that we have going with it. So within each block, there's some solids, except they're not solids, they're interwoven. They're a blender. And so these are the 8 colors that we chose to go with your purples and blues. And the background fabric on this one, oh, I guess they wanted me to open it. We didn't go plain white on the background either. So your background on that is one of Karen's favorite backgrounds. I think she advised everyone to buy a bolt of these. So this one is the one that has the more blue to it. And so this is your background. And then your sashing is going to be this. So instead of the white up there around the colored, you're going to have this strong, it's actually called Regal.
It's going to be in this color.
Yep.
And that area right there.
Yep.
Here and here.
So those are the fabrics we chose for the jewel one. And it's sold space 136. And then again, we've got flavor. So we've got jewel, spice, and bright. The spice colorway is going to be this. This is going to be in all of your blocks.
Yep, that's your fussy cuts.
Yep, those are the gorgeous interwovens that are going to go with that in your blocks and around the blocks. And then you've got, there's that. Here's your background. So this is the lightest flavor of this one, but it just matches so perfectly with the spice. This will be your border fabric. So you'll have that gorgeous dark colors on the outside. And then Nova, this is called Nova. This is Art Gallery Nova will be your sashing color because I don't know, they're totally, I know they're totally different makers, but yes, it matches
perfect together.
They are. And then last but not least, so that you can see the colors we put together, this is Bright. Yes, the interwoven is Jason's latest blender, basic, yep. So this is the brights. So these are your brights that will go. This will be in all of your 12 blocks. And then you'll just choose which ones of these you want to use each time. This fabric right here will be that fabric that she just showed you. We went with black for the, we kind of went off of that. So we went with black for the sashing color. So those bright colors just pop. But then the background within each block is this one, which I think is the teal colorway of this. But it's this one, and then this is your border fabric. So our kit includes your border fabric, and so your finished size will be that 67 by 84. And then Sam, I need you to look and add product to those, please, because it looks like some of them are down to 0. So again, if you've gone to waitlist on, just be patient. We're looking at numbers and seeing where we can move and make sure that we can make. We don't want anybody disappointed, so we stay small on our numbers and then we increase them later as we know for sure we can do it. And then I've got to do the drawing. I'm not forgetting the drawing.
Yeah, here's our note. Don't forget
yes,
the drawing.
I know. I told Karen, what else? You should have put the pizza for Michael on there.
Oh, yes, you should have.
I'm supposed to bring pizza home for Michael. Those of you that don't know, Michael's my 17-year-old son. So he requested pizza. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be home till like 8:30 or 9. And he was like, that's all right. You know, he eats like, he's a 17-year-old boy. He eats.
If you ordered a pattern that has my name on it, like a physical pattern, and it goes to waitlist, you have to be patient because I'm not going home tonight. I'm here teaching again tomorrow, and then I'm teaching for 2 days for Julie at 2 Chicks. Then I'm going home. Then I will mail it to her.
Yep.
So it will have to,
yeah,
it won't get mailed out until Saturday, in other words.
Yeah, so give us some time to fulfill these orders. The fabric doesn't go bad. It's the one thing that I love about working with fabric. It doesn't spoil.
It doesn't spoil.
I don't have to worry about that. It also doesn't break when you drop it because there's a piece on the ground right now. But how much for the Minky for the block of the month? Okay, so the block of the month is 67 by 84. So that one you would have to piece.
You do have to piece it.
And so you would need 4 yards.
Yeah.
Because you would need 2 yards, and 2 yards would get you enough.
And that's probably what you were looking at.
Yes, that is. I'm betting that's what I had picked up when we were talking about it. So again, we were selling the Minky by the yard. So just buy 4 yards of it. You can go on to our regular website and buy it there as well. $100, over $100 is free shipping. Anything under $100, even 99.99, there has to be a cutoff somewhere, is $9.99. We do a flat rate shipping. If you combine orders, and we're shipping them all together, so you're doing all of those orders tonight on our 2 different platforms, because the comment sold is a little bit different than our website, just put a message in there. We'll get you the shipping credited, or if you get over 100 on the second order, just give us a message there. If you're local, choose local pickup, and it's free. Like, there's no charge for that. We don't charge for you to walk in my store. We might sell you something else, especially if Patty's around, or Brenda. But, you know, it's free to come in and get it. And the block of the month absolutely comes with a pattern. Yes. So I know a lot of it was a little bit confusing because we kept the pattern out of some of them. On ours, if it says fabric kits, the pattern's usually separate. But the block of the month, absolutely, the pattern is in there. You do not have to purchase that separately. And but like the placemats and that kind of stuff, so that you wouldn't have to buy duplicate, but you could buy duplicate things. It's separate. All right, so we have, don't forget your card expires within about 2 hours. So once we get done here, please go and check out. And then if you get any of the wait list, just check out again. It will not charge you shipping again for, I think, 24 hours. And if it does, and you know we haven't shipped it, I mean, if it's 4 days from now and we've shipped, well, you're gonna have to pay shipping again. But just, again, put a comment in there. We try to catch all of those, but we're human and we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to do the drawing now. So I am pulling that from the post that we did on our Facebook earlier today. So our regular lives for Poppy Quilt and Sew, if you want to join us again. Next week, we will be going over some of the tools that Karen will be talking about tomorrow. We didn't want to bring that on here, but we will be going over some of those if there's any left after tomorrow, I guess. Actually, next week is Sam. Michelle's at training in Las Vegas. Yes, there really is training there, I promise. Same will be next week. Okay. So, comment giveaway. I am running that. You do have to be present to win. It will... It is giving me something that I've never seen before. We have too many comments on our posts and it doesn't want to do it. Okay, hold on. We'll figure this out. Sorry, give me a second. Oh, and it just sent a code to my phone that I can't see. Okay, here we go. We're going to do this a different way tonight. So, thank you all for commenting. That's actually really helpful for our page. We're going to go old school on picking the name. Where? Sorry, I guess we've never had that many comments on one, so thank you very much. All right. All right, Karen, can you come stand over here and put your finger over in this part of my screen? And I'm gonna scroll these, and when I say stop, you're gonna pick a person.
Okay, doke.
Okay, all right, we're scrolling, stop. Okay, we're covering Robin Newton. Robin Newton, are you still on? We have to wait, like, there's a delay. So we have to wait like 20 seconds to see, but just in case, I'm gonna have you pick a second name while we're doing that, so that if Robin Newton, if you are, please comment. You do have to be present to win. Okay, put your finger right about, yep, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. Okay, stop. Okay, got a second name. All right, so, we did, so they did practice blocks today. So Karen and I, it's so funny. We had the same thought. It's because I think she was trying to ask me, what are we doing with these practice blocks? And I was like, well, I was going to ask them if they would just donate them so we can make them into a quilt top for the flood victims. And she's like, that's exactly what I was thinking too. I'm like, perfect. So we have a whole stack of blocks now to make into a quilt top of beautiful mitered cornered fabrics. Okay. So let's see. Okay, Robin Newton is who I'm looking for. Robin Couture, you're not Robin Newton on Facebook, correct? Oh, maybe you are, because you're in the app right now. So sometimes people use not their real names on Facebook to stay more anonymous. That's right. Okay, so then I'm going to say, then yes, Robin is on. Perfect. Okay. Woo-hoo. All right. So we don't even have to go to the
Congratulations.
Yes. And thank you for everyone that has donated quilt tops or quilts for the flood victims. There's a great need, but there's been a great number of quilts coming in. It's just awesome. So we are going to go and get some rest because Karen's got another, she's got to be
an all day tomorrow.
Yep, she's got to be all ready to go for tomorrow. So thank you all for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. And we will see you all again. Usually Poppies is on at 4 o'clock Central Time on Wednesdays. So this was just kind of a special time for us. So watch for us then. Like us on Facebook, get our app. And thank you everyone for joining us. And I hope you learned a little bit about some of your patterns. I love hearing the explanations again. So it's always good. So good night, y'all.
Good night. Thank you.